Hi-lux is unique among optics companies. Not only do they make modern hunting and tactical scopes, but they also make historically accurate scopes for vintage rifles. And that's what we're going to take a look at today. Hey, Moondog here. We are at SHOT Show 2023 and we are at the Hi-lux booth, and we have Scott here. Scott.
Yes, sir.
What are these beautiful rifles doing here, and what do you have on top there?
So these, at the time, would have been called rifle telescopes, because honestly, that's pretty much what they were. These old rifle telescopes would have been mounted up with what are called external adjustments. Scopes didn't have the technology yet for click mechanisms that were built into the tube. They didn't have changing zoom, and often they didn't even have parallax correction. But with these simple scopes and a drawn steel tube, external micrometer mounts, you could do all the same things that you could do today on just a whole slew of different rifles. Because of the recoil of some of these old rifles, these scopes also have one feature that you will not find in any modern scopes. They are built to slide.
Whoa, let's see that again.
So when you're shooting a 45-70 and it's punching back into your shoulder, reticles back in the day were made out of spider silk, human hair, horsehair, very fragile.
Spider silk?
Sure, there's a cottage industry for that. In order to preserve the recoil, especially for the Marines' heavy use 8-power, they're designed to slide. After every shot, you slide it back into place, and because these adjustments are external, the scope's not going to move, it's not going to shift, you're not going to have to change your target, it's still right where you're pointing it.
It'll stay zero even sliding like that.
It's built for that, absolutely.
Wow.
Now, because there's so many different rifles, oftentimes back in the day, gunsmiths would just weld the blocks on, they'd drill and tap, sometimes they'd even glue it. Nowadays, because production standards are a little more normalized, we've developed a lot of different mounts that allow you to put a scope on a rifle like this without having to take it to a gunsmith. For the long scopes, we can go straight into the dovetails, as long as you got two of them, and you probably do. That can just go right in the dovetail. For other rifles that, let's say, have the Lyman peep sights, we can use those screws. If you've got a top eject, we can offset it with rings such as this. And of course, if you've got any of the fun little 22s, we can mount right up in the dovetails there, or in the 11mm rail that's found on a lot of the other models. That takes a lot of the guesswork and a lot of the fear out of getting your, let's say, your barrel drilled and tapped, getting a dovetail cut. Generally, if you've got something that is a modern reproduction of an old rifle, we can find a way to make it work. And after that, you just have fun with it. Take some shots down range, see what happens, and definitely enjoy the flight time on a scope and a rifle like this. 45-70 going out to about 1,000 yards is maybe 3 seconds of flight time, and you can just watch it through this nice old telescope as it sails all the way down to the target.
Nice. Now, which one of these would Quigley use?
Quigley probably would have been closest to this era. So these Malcolm-style scopes with the brass accents, most of these designs are from about 1855 to 1880. As we move forward to, let's say, the A5 style and the Unerdal, this would have been early 1900s. So Quigley most likely would have stayed somewhere around this or this era. Back in the day, a lot of scope parts were made out of brass. One of the biggest first advancements that allowed these scopes to actually survive rifles such as these or the 45-70 was Chapman James designing a way to make its drawn steel tube. All of our scopes still use a nice solid drawn steel design that really keeps them rigid and strong against anything you might encounter. Even when you're tromping out through the woods, hunting a deer, you bang it against a tree, it's not going to hurt this scope. That, and of course, if you're shooting something crazy like 45-110, this will survive that too.
Nice. Well, these are beautiful and functional. Well, thank you very much, Scott.
Of course.
And if you have a vintage gun that you want to reach out with, I think Hi-lux makes the scope for you.
We certainly have fun with it.
See all of my SHOT Show coverage. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell, and you'll be updated when I post my next video. It's absolutely free, so do it. And if you like this video, please hit that like button and check out my other videos at moondogindustries.com. Thanks for watching. Moondog, out. Hey, I'd like to know what you thought of this video. Leave me a comment or chat with me on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, MeWe, Instagram, or Locals. And if you want to see all of my videos, go to moondogindustries.com.